What an exciting show we have for you here today. Ken Stout and Brian Olson calling the Lucas Oil Jet Boat Race A-400 from St. John Sprint Boat Track in St. John, Washington. If you've never seen this style of racing before, it is incredibly exciting.
Yeah, very, very fast. And the cool part about it is the boat drivers don't know the exact layout of the course until they arrive here. In other words, there's no way of practicing. You can't test. You get here and run the racetrack.
The boats are lightning fast. They turn as quick as they accelerate. There's a navigator. There's a driver. 30 turns. It takes a span of 45 seconds. When I tell you this stuff is wild, it is wild.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Kenny, I've never seen speedboat racing quite like this. It's a small, short track with a lot of hairpin turns, and this is the 400 cubic inch class. We're talking upwards of 700 to 800 horsepower. On the straightaway, they're doing 70 to 90 miles per hour, pulling 4 to 6 Gs. They can use steel heads, they can only use race fuel, and they can absolutely fly. Now, there are some hairpin turns, as I mentioned, so expect them to go all out and be in the low to mid 40s on this course.
First pair coming out, Doug Olson and Andy Gilder. Instantaneous turns. You heard the 6 to 7 Gs, and unfortunately, something wrong with that one right off the bat.
I got a sneaky suspicion in the steering or something, man.
I agree with you. It looked like he just stopped it right there. Never even tried to steer. So, unfortunately, an early problem here.
Unlike normal boats where you would steer it with the prop or with the motor at the back, these things are totally different. That's the reason they can do it so fast. Doug Hendrickson and Kara McGuire alongside. Watch Kara, one of the best in the business. The co-pilot of these things, very, very important. Those little hand signals are choreographed frequently, probably even on the trip to the track. You know what I mean? I mean, that's how you got to do it. However, when you've not been on the track like these drivers have not, it's all a matter of that co-pilot. You got to count on him big time.
An absolute 100% faith in your driver to climb in the other side of this thing. No, I wouldn't do it with you, Brian.
I kind of wish you would.
Look at that thing turn. I mean, it is amazing to me how fast those things turn.
It's
on the throttle hard and drives it back across the stripe. Goes 46 flat.
Just like with most racing, they start them young. I'm with Gar Jr. right now in the 400 class. And first of all, let's take a look at this. See the eye? Should have seen the other guy, right? Exactly. Now, you're not driving this boat, your dad is, but you are the navigator. And we want to talk about the importance of the navigator and what exactly you do on this course, because it's so integral.
Okay, well, the night before, we get a rotation of the whole track. And then our navigator, we're supposed to memorize it with the numbers and stuff of each track. And then when we're out there, our hands are up and we're pointing which way to go. And because I'm my dad's reinsurance that if he messes up, you know, he ever gets a corner, he'll quickly look at my hand.
Like you don't do enough with school, right? So you have to memorize the track as well. We're talking 13 turns. Do you go through it all night in your head?
Oh yeah, I mean, I wake up sometimes at night and just we try to look at the track again. And then last race there was 37 turns and there's like over 20 this time, I think.
So don't forget, kids, that you're never too old or too young to go to school, especially in jet boat racing.
Or be a navigator.
All right, Jack Bright and Bright Jr. here in round number 1.
Another father-son combination.
By the way, qualified second at 47.64. Solid effort there in qualifying.
Well, listen to them motors go. I was going to talk about earlier in the bright green machine that we saw make the run. Sheet metal intake. If you were to take a look at one of these motors, you'd look at it as maybe a drag racing competition eliminator motor. Let's say to be super modified with a single carburetor, good cylinder heads, sheet metal intake, and an 850 carburetor. And again, about 800 horsepower.
By the way, a third passenger on that boat.
Yeah, hanging up there on the roll. Very nice.
And spins it around with a lap time of 48.46 seconds. Another very respectable time, but when you look at that 46 flat, right now, Hendrickson and company have the better part of 2 seconds on the field.
Yeah, they did a great job right there, but here is Josh Garr and his father. We talked to Josh just a little bit ago, like he said, wakes up in the middle of the night, tries to figure that course out with all the turns, all the angles, and all the things that his father's got to do. And the best thing he can do is guide him. That's the job.
And just like any other form of motorsport, you can see him hitting the apex on these turns as much as absolutely possible. This course is so narrow. Look at him right there, just clipping the grass.
And the other part about these courses now, they're not extremely deep. Generally, I think at the deepest point when they dig these things, 4 feet. So you can stay in the middle. If you ride that edge, you can get by with it, but you don't want to be able to drag the side of the boat. It'll slow you down.
It's Team Wicked Racing, and it's wicked awesome. It should have been from Boston, probably. I'm with the president of the USSBA and the driver of this boat in the 400 class, Doug Hendrickson. Now, you've been doing this stuff for about 10 years. Well, you're the thrill seeker, dude. Professional parachuter, flat-bottom drag boat racing. You just can't get enough, can you?
Well, it's a lot of fun. We're adrenaline junkies. Anybody in racing pretty much is, but I've had my fun. I'm one of the oldest guys out here, but we're leading the points and the target's on our back.
Why do you like this class, and why are you running in this particular class?
Well, for me, I like a gas class. It works really well. This engine here develops well over 700 horsepower. We run within 2 to 3 seconds of the superboat class. For me, it just fits really well.
All right, we'll continue on here. This is the semifinals, and a look at the 4 teams that have made it to the semis. And as you might imagine, I mean, with this style of racing, just one small error, and it can get ugly really fast. These guys are going so fast. And just one small mistake, and you're on land, and anything can happen after that.
Even a little break in your steering shaft, you know, the steering knuckles and, you know, the U-joints, universal joints in the steering shafts, whatever. Anything can happen. And you can be upside down or up there on the, up on the grass, up in the dirt.
Oh!
Whoa, man.
I guess we shouldn't have been talking about that because
We might have put the hex on him.
I hope we didn't jinx those guys, because that one got ugly fast, and then that's exactly why they had the roll cages on them as well. But you can see both drivers safe right there. I mean, the seat belts, the harnesses did their job, contained both guys, and then, of course, the roll cage did its job as well.
Yeah, watch the roll cage do what it's doing. Look at the fact that all the hands, all the heads, all the shoulders, the arms are all contained inside that thing as it goes over. Wow, I just now realized it was number 13, too.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Unfortunately, that third passenger on the roll bar didn't fare out so well.
Didn't work out so good for him.
Poor old Yogi.
Okay, fresh out of the ambulance after getting checked out. Clean bill of health?
Yes, all good. Ready to go again.
Physical health is okay.
Yeah.
Mental health feeling good?
Mental health's even better. Now we got that out of the way, we're going to go fast.
Talk about what happened there.
I just tried to clean up straighten out that S corner, and it just clipped the corner, and away we went. The boat didn't get hurt. We got our bear dirty. That's about the worst of it.